You stared a blow in the eye and you made it blink. You flew into the belly of the beast and struck it where it hurts. You have done your part, but I urge you, do not rest. It actually doesn't say that, I've given up reading. But it's basically saying to take these mods, which you get at 10 points for the Eye of Blight operation, event, whatever. And these mods are actually pretty useful. They'll go up to 7. And you have extra heat damage and status chance for the archwing gun, and the same thing but for the melee weapon. I've literally just got these 27th, so this has been going for quite a while now just to get to 10 points. Hopefully there's enough time left to get to 15, because obviously the mods are not the end of this. As you can see from the top, you've got to get to 15 for the Vandal weapon. It doesn't actually take a great deal of mods to upgrade these, but it only goes up to 60% heat damage. Kind of hoping it would go up to the same thing that the same number, or at least close to the number that the standard one does. It means you can't replace the standard one with it, you can just use it with it. It is going to come in pretty handy for certain weapons though. When it comes to the weaponry, the best one these are probably suited for has to be the Voluptus, because when you put the status mods in here, including this new one, it's going to take the status from what its standard is, which is 25, to 55, which means every second round is going to be dealing a hell of a lot of elemental damage. And considering this is an elemental based weapon, because it's supposed to be just magnetic damage, which makes it great against the corpus, we dumped on radiation, which this mod is actually taken up to 8,500 radiation damage. Then we have viral on top of that, and it's also dealing magnetic. That went up all on its own. This could become quite a decent weapon, but of course it does suffer the one huge downside of it doesn't have a polarity on this weapon, so that kind of sucks. And when it comes to the melee, coming in again is the goddamn centaur. This thing, it's got the highest status chance at 20%. With this mod, and I think it's sudden impact, yes there it is, takes it from 20% to 44, which once every 3 hits it's going to deal massive amounts of elemental damage. Okay, the elemental damage on this is not the best, because it also needs a format pretty badly. I am tempted this would be the first one I actually did. It would have to be a V, so we can get the crit damage maxed, because at the minute this is definitely a crit build weapon. I mean, it's at 62.5 and this isn't maxed yet. So the primary weapon, it's just as useful as it always was. It's just the aiming that on this weapon that I wouldn't say I disagree with, I just am not a great fan. I just prefer the Imp Predator, or whatever the hell that thing is called, which is why I'm looking forward to the Vandal version, the new version, so much, because I'm definitely forming the hell out of that thing. But this is actually dealing a lot of damage with this mod in. If you charge, if you don't charge, it still deals a shed load of damage. It's charging it for those guys. And yes, before anybody mentions it, I am aware there's a guy down out there, or there was. I have no idea where he went now. I think that there was somebody out here. I'm just going to assume that they died. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. I was busy trying to shoot things. So the primary one, it is pretty handy. It has made it more powerful, but if you're using the high, well, it is the only high status chance weapon, because archwing being new, there isn't that many. But it's expected. The melee weapon, however, this thing is just, compared to how it was last time I used it in the mission before this, which is the mission I have to do to actually get the mods, that last 10th point, it's just insane. It's just ending them ridiculously quickly, and I'm not really sure if it's the enemies there were easier because it was the one on Mercury, so they were going down pretty quickly, but so are these guys. These are basically going down just as quick, and I think it's just because the status is so high mixed with the crit chance has kind of made this just... Get back here. Get back here. Okay, they're not supposed to be able to pull away from you, and I'm not chasing you all the way over there. When, okay, there's only one. I thought there was a few of them down for a second there. I missed! And I missed again. That's better. So these mods, definitely worth getting if you're close. If not, I'm not sure if it's even possible to get the 10 points to actually get them now, because it's so far through the actual event. It might be a tiny bit too late. This is where I really wish I still had that range in here, because it will actually chain the combos really nicely, but without it, it's just not chaining them correctly. Not to what I'm used to anyway. But these mods, they are definitely worth it. For me, they're just a step on the road, because it's actually the weapon that I'm going for, because that is basically my most used archwing weapon. And it's a bit weird being the first archwing weapon you actually get, but I just use it more because it has the range, it has the fire rate. Magazine, not such a big deal, can take that or not, I'm not really fussed. It just, I like that weapon, so the Vandal one is where it's at for me. But anyway, we'll leave this off here for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.